Good morning, Morningstar. Join me. Breathe.
O te e shukoti ata hashihe na toho toko ke kakaua. Wow. And again. O te chikate te amor. Chikate awa. Ah, to shikate ama. Thank you, grandmother, tribal women. Ato shikate ato. Wow. Toshikatea no, te ashuota. Ishotea ataye yawa. Ato shikateama.
Sensing energy coming in from Sedona today, right now. New wind, new energy. Ato kushikateata. Oh, just gonna breathe, settle into this. Ato shikatea. Whoa, settling down my energy, influx. Ato shikatea. Wow. Poroto shikatea e ato shui ata.
Oh my goodness, that felt real. That feels pretty stinking good. Holy smokes, Batman. Ato koshikatete ata to sho. Soda to chikateapa.
How? Ichikateata ano ata shikatea. Just going to sit with this music. I don't own the rights to it. It's Peter Cater and Carlos Nakai, Space Within.
Ato shoto. Ukikakakata to shokateawa. To shukatea to uya to shikatetea ta la la basura tatea ba. So te shikatete eata. Ato shikateka. Shiata ishikatea wa ichikatea to ata ishikatea. Ato shikatea. Oto shikatea. Okay. Oto shikatea. Ata. Oto shikatea na. So that it be. Kamiya shikatea. Oto shikatea paha. Oh. Ata shikate, ata chichikate. Ichichikate, atu ishia. Ata.
There we go.
Sotea. So
okay, grandmother is telling me to begin. All right, so that is Peter Cater and Carlos Nakai, Space Within. A freaking awesome song. So, in doing lives, it's hard. It's like getting psyched to do it. Some people might have just an easy time of transitioning, but if you would see myself at times before going live, just like that, you're like, do I go live? Do I not? And you just have to wing it. And even right then, I'm like, I don't know what the title is, I don't know what, but it's like this white sheet being pulled back in four corners and then being flung out. Learning to fly, learning to have wings to fly. Taking the focus off the 3D, and all of that entails Atika. Energy still coming in. Oto ishikateata. Energy flux of light beings came in, a higher circle. Oto ishikotea. There is a gorgeous, beautiful, almost an amethyst blue right here. Oto ishikotea. It's kind of it's midair right behind me. Oto ishikotea. Oh, wow. Clearing the decks, clearing energy. Alternating timelines. It's almost like seeing, like I saw a visual of White Wolf the other day, and it's like there was this line, right? Here's the 3D, ascension, our higher selves, right? And at times when we are in this here, it's almost like that is it's almost like a flex of energy, like, God, I'm having a loss of words right now. It's like on any kind of sci-fi or high tech. It's just like a hologram. Thank you for that word, hologram. Like this is us. This is real. This is true. Everything that is light, beautiful, settling my energy down even more. And then down here, below in the 3D, it's a hologram. Glad they popped that word in. A hologram. It's where we learn. It's where we learn. We learn amidst the heights and the depths of all of the range of emotions, all of the range of all of it, the good, bad, and the ugly. It's like a Dirty Harry or a Clint Eastwood movie at times, good, bad, and the ugly. The 3D realm, we question ourselves. We have days that are like, everything's great, I'm flying high. And then it's like the lowest of the lowest. You question yourself, you question your sanity, you question everything that's in your life. Sorry, I didn't curl my hair before this, apologize. You just question it all at times, and you're thinking, fuck, what am I even doing? Am I on my right path? What is the path? How can I go from one day feeling so high and like everything is great, everything is flowing and sinking together, and then it's like, wow, that gets like to the side, stuff comes up, all these screams and chaos, and fear is the mind killer. Fear is the mind killer. We just watched the new Dune movie the other night. I don't think it's personally as good as the one that I saw originally, but it is. Fear is the mind killer. Lots of times when we get an infilling of great, wonderful, supernatural 5D energy, and we get this influx, and we think, I could sail on this forever. I could just surf this wave forever. Yeah, you can. But then we fall, for whatever reason, in teaching us and and learning, we'll like find ourselves back down here again. And it's like, why? Because as an influx comes in, remember this coming in, going through the line, and then going out. This is the 3D down here. So as the infilling comes in, then what happens? All of this gets pushed out. It's like this incredible influx of energy, and then what comes out? Fear. I'm not going to make it. My family hates me. I don't have any friends. I can't pay this bill. Who am I? What am I? And it's like that. It's like that hologram, right? It's just like, you see all of this different. Okay, so I'm said all this to say it's normal. It's normal in the life of a light worker in waking up. If they would wake us up all in one big, wonderful, like big bang thing, we would be so obliterated, there would be nothing left. So they come in stages. Comes in stages. It's like the dance, the great dance that I talked about the other day. Oh, this music is so gorgeous. It's a dance. It's learning the ebb and flow of living life in the 3D, crossing over into new beliefs, new energy signatures, higher timelines. You know, it takes a total annihilation of this. Total annihilation. And if they did it all at one time, you'd be fucked. There'd be nothing left. So it comes in stages. It comes for periods, seasons of times, and that could all be in one afternoon. You're like, ah! And then all of a sudden, what? You know, I mean, god dang, it's like you talk about schizo, or you talk about, being bipolar. It's like bipolar overload, right? It's part of the process. You know, when you listen to people like Matt Kahn and different ones, you know, I'd read or hear about him, and he would like be going through stuff, and then, you know, he's walking around. This is Matt Kahn. And if you guys don't listen to Matt Kahn, listen to Matt Kahn. He'd be walking around his house in his favorite blanket, like in dying in death process for like a week, losing his shit. That's Matt Kahn. I don't care what level you are at. We are always ascending. We are always being assaulted. We are always an ongoing process. So on the days that it's like this, it's like, yes, eke out. Oh man, that was so freaking awesome. Wasn't this great when this happened and this all fell into sync? Yes. Yes. It was so freaking awesome. Right? And then a week goes by or whatever, and then you find yourself here. You've crossed. You're down here in this hologram, and you're losing your shit. And once again, please know, beloveds, that it's normal in this process. Is it easy? No, it's not easy. You have to have a courageous heart. You have a champion's heart. And even when you don't think you're going to make it, and you don't feel like I'm never going to be good enough, I don't know what the fuck they want from me, what else can I do? What else can I let go of? Haven't I already processed so much stuff? What else do they want? What? The angst, the anxiety, the can't breathe, panic attacks, all of it, right? It's normal. And if you get anything out of this today, whether you're flying high up here or you're down here, it's okay. This too shall pass. It's going to pass. Put on some meditation music, put on some meditation, go walk in nature, get your mind off the stuff. If you could just step into this and cross over with focus, if you could just if all they need is just a pin light, if you could just say, at times, even in my own life, you talk about anger and anxiety, and that's how I talk about, only because of what I've experienced and what I've gone through in my life with panic attacks, PTSD. I mean, it's just like, are you effing kidding me? Seriously? And now I go live and I push a button and, everything. What? Yeah, because they've put in courageousness. They came in and they cleaned up my heart and my life, and then things that were birthed before I even stepped foot on this planet in the 3D again, they go up and they say, yes, this one, and I'm not alone. It's all of us. All of us. They have their finger. This one. They're ours. And we come down here and we answer the call, right? And answering the call, we answer the call for the good, the bad, and the ugly. But they don't leave you there. They don't. So that's why having a steady diet, a steady daily practice of meditation, calming down, turn off the fucking news. Don't worry about COVID. Just don't. Okay? Just stop. Let yourself off the hook about that stuff. If you have a calling for social injustice and that's your calling, go for it. Go for it. But if you're just watching the news because you're bored or just out of like normal routine, you do yourself a favor and turn it off. I, for one, personally I can't have any. Just going to the effing grocery store is enough of an assault of energy from stuff, from people's energies. Just going to the grocery store is enough of a, for me. And I'm going to add news on top of that. Are you effing kidding me? I want sanity. I want to come home and, get in my car and come home, and it's like safety, sanctuary, all those wonderful words. Being at peace. It's a sunny, beautiful day here. It's gorgeous. And wherever you live, it's a gorgeous, beautiful place, because that's where your feet have touched down to have this experience, to walk out in this skin, the experience. It's the great call. It's the great anointing. Our best days are ahead of us. You haven't even begun to see your best days yet. You've had glimmers, you've had taste, you've almost like an incredible bite of dessert or whatever it is you want to eat, and it's just like, oh man, wasn't that was so good, oh my God, I want it again and again and again. And that's the days ahead of us. And as we stay and get into this flex of energy of all this new timelines, and learning to resonate there, right? Learning to resonate there. Then this in the hologram, it poofs. It poofs. It poofs. Single-eyed focus. Single-eyed focus. You break into that 0 point creation, and that's where you move and live and breathe and have your beingness, and having the light restored and flush through our hearts and our systems from the top of our chakra down to the base of our feet. And grandmothers reminded me that I did not set protocols to enact us, invoke us in a protective bubble. Thank you for your grace. Thank you. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our auric field? Breathe, tapping into God's first energy in the great I am. Ito ko shika ito anichika to tu shikata uma ata shiya to wichikata ishkata no oya to ata ichika dun chakata ishkota. And diving deep into Middle Mother Gaia Earth, and back up into the great I am. Yeah. When you do that and you get in that flex state, you start getting lit. You just don't absolutely care. You don't care about your checkbook. You don't care about what the bank balance is. You just don't. You don't care if maybe you got like a cancer thing on your arm. You just don't, man. Alexa, play Peter Cater. So if you're having a hard day, I pray and send you blessings that you overcome yourself. Overcome yourself. And I ask for the grace to overcome yourself. If you need to, and if you'd like, put a line. That's why I use the rain stick. Grandmother, she instructs me to do that. Everything that I do you know that in that hologram of, do you have any idea how what I do now assaults the 3D, assaults the ego, assaults to be seen by what, right? To be cast off by family members, not befriended by brothers and sisters. I have jumped into the Lenny Bin pool. But I have peace. And it doesn't matter. Anyway, doesn't matter. So everything that I do is by faith. The rain stick. The rain. Heaven's rain. Yes. It's a sign of authority. It's a sign of authority. Ato shikote ana ata o chikote ana ate atata. Ayu moe shikate apa. Where am I going now? to get back into that pulse of falling in love with yourself, no matter what. You've come through so much. And the mere fact that you've already come through so much is a blatant, glaring sign that you're going to make it. You're going to continue on. You're going to continue on. God, Source, is good. And all brilliance and all majesty. And if we could ever just get a glimpse and see ourselves with all of our failings and frailties and inabilities, the hologram, and to see ourselves through their eyes, they call us champions. On our worst days, when we're crying, can't even effing make it to the, you know what I'm talking about, our worst days. And they still say, that one's ours, our hands on them, they're glory, they're glorious. Yeah. Been having a lot of visions. They're calling me back out to Arizona. Like, it's like they're sowing the seeds, going back, and to live. To go. I've never lived. I've only visited, but they're calling me, of course, in other lifetimes. But yeah. So probably in about 6 months, be headed to Arizona. They're saying open and receive. Yeah. Ah. Atasha. A lighted being just jumped like through the screen, and they are touching different ones of you right now. And they're going to, and that key energy signature on your forehead. Grandmother says with healing in their wings, vibrancy, wholeness, smiles being returned to faces, and more importantly, smiles being returned to hearts. Osha, 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 Osha. Ateamo shikateapa. Oh. Okay, grandmother's telling me to shout this out to Miss Karen, Minnesota. I'm seeing 3 blue diamonds around you. Okay, 3 in a, like this, 3 blue diamonds surrounding you. The center world, your center axis, has been covered. The lotus comes up through the muck and the mire. Do not fear. Do not fear. Breathe. Let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Otosho e shikate ho sho e shikate o shakate. Oto shikate ka o sha ha atu shikate ha. Ya to shukute yata ya to. O sha e Oto shikate ya. Ichikate ya. Ha ha ha. Otosho wa te awasha e awashi aunto shikaua te shikate ya no to chata te a shata te o a shota ma ata. Hi, and grandmother's telling me to tell you. So I'm doing spiritual energy work right then. So anybody who is open and willing to receive that can receive that, and it's going out. This is energy. And then I'm seeing clay, earth, wet, being packed in, being packed in. It's birthing process. There's kundalini. I don't have rattlers for doing rattlesnake. No to chikatea, to chikatea, no to chikatea. It's so weird. They're saying white snake medicine. So I'm literally just felt grandmother come right here. She's wearing a blue turquoise necklace. No, yeah, da shikata, no, shiata, ya, tokotea, doya shikatea, pa, no, ya, to shiato, teata, ta, moita. So as the sun rises in the east and sets in the west, it is a continuous process. And so is this process over your life. The stars have been aligned since the beginning of time, of creation. As the mountains send water and release and relief, and the water streams down the mountains to the oceans. Since beginning of time, for new renewal, refreshing. On many planets, there are different colors of suns, different colors of moons. It is all normal to them, and what is normal to them is not necessarily normal to you. But it's all a part of the process in the growing and the learning. Peace to you, peace to your head. You are in your mother's and in your grandmother's heart. As it has been forever, and so it will always be. Don't be concerned with your walk. Whether it be mountain or by water. Boulders, rocks. There's always a way out. Follow the light. Follow the blue star light. All right, she just pulled back. Ah. Ah, wow. Thank you for watching. God bless you today. May your highest dreams and wishes come true. It's gonna be okay. It really is. Your best days really are ahead of you. So White Wolf pulled 2 cards earlier for me. I have not seen them yet, so I was told to do these right now. Ato Shikateana Atea Fatima, the mother of, I'm sorry, I'm going to butcher it, I don't mean to. I-am-AMS. Love is my lineage, and gratitude is my religion. Fatima. Ato Shikatea, Ato Chikauata. And Shekinah. And Shekinah glory, the presence of the divine feminine. Thank you, grandmother, for that awesome word. Look at that. Brilliant. I don't think I've ever seen this card, maybe once or twice. At the center of everything, there is light, and I am that light. Shekinah. And so it is. Thank you for watching. Morningstar. Peace out.